that.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. So you're going to tell us when and how and who and why and all of that.
Yeah. Coming to the Jean Cocteau Cinema will be this here. It is the. That's right, folks. Be sure to tune in Sunday, May 31st for the premiere at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern, around the globe, thanks to George Martin's new train and virtual cinema of the Jean Cocteau. The Julesworks Follies 63rd, not quite live, safe, quarantined episode will premiere. It will feature many, many things, the likes of one of our most loyal fans and audience members whose family have grown up, Crystal McKenzie and Lexi and Lance. Lots of puppets will be involved. And yes, so you will see if you when you tune in, starting at 4, a lovely array of music, poetry, and more, just like we usually do live. This one's gonna be coming to you on the Jean Cocteau Virtual Cinema free. Starting at 4 o'clock Sunday, May 31st, you're going to hear the Greg Turner Band with a couple songs. Bird Thompson, poetry, lots of poetry. Little Lance is doing new snippets. The return of Danette Sills. Lehman Kessler, a small-town mayor from Ohio, will be channeling H.P. Lovecraft and Carl Sagan with some tips for these current times. Lenny Hoffman, a former resident of these parts, is going to serenade us with the greatest flamingo ever. Jim Jones joins for the first time with some of his beautiful legendary cowboy music. And Jules and Jim do Red Shuttleworth, an amazing writer, some of his poems. We get this is all hosted by the Jules Radio Nut. Where could he be? I just don't know. A real life short story, Moth Rent-a-Log from Virginia Rest. Bird Thompson will have a music and video. Lands will be telling stories about girls at Sonic be like and dudes at Starbucks be like. Jim Jones carries on. More snippets of news from Lance and Jerry. Puppets, like I say. Poetry from Bird Thompson, like I say, in several parts. Dan Burkhath and his partner are going to zoom in a little bit about their podcast. There's lots of zoom in this show. Argos McCullum, Santa Fe's Teatro Paraguas and theater impresario and Santa Fe international legend, will read a snippet of Edna St. Soleil's The Harp Weaver poem. Danette Sills has 2 original pieces. Devin Ludlow, speaking of puppets, will return a little chat and some of his pandemic tips from Stan and hopefully Andy Kirkpatrick music. Danette Sills and Jules Radio Nut will return to speaking to Danette Sills, George Rerun Martin, to get the real scoop about what's going down with this Song of Ice and Fire series books. More poetry, more news, so on. And another former Santa Fe resident, PQ Ribber, with a song, The Evolution of Evlis, by Coptic Nerve and PQ Ribber. And then we will carry the show on Sunday the 31st with more poetry, more snippets, a poetical outburst by Jules and Bird, videoed by Mima Obo and Jennifer Ingram, more music from Jim Jones, more of Lexi from the Clan of Crystal's signature poetry. Rose Provon, one of the Loyalist performers, carries on. Grandma Goes Online, a new story. You find out what happens. Cliffhanging. More from Greg Turner. Melanie Lamb Faithful joining for the first time with some poetry and more. Some news snippets. More from Lehman Kessler channeling Carl Sagan. Jim Jones. God returns to chatting with God, hopefully, as well as Danette Sills, God, Rose, Lexi, and Lance McKenzie. And we hope to find a way to get Terry Deers though it won't be brand new with his traditional musical finale. So that's what you will find when you tune in on the 31st to the Jean Cocteau Cinema. Relax. Snoopy has a note. Nothing is under control. I was very proud to say that I could have a Jules and Jim. If you're a fan of cinema and French film, you know why. And to wind this all down, for one thing, somebody please become president. But it's time to shut this down because it's true. Cat security is coming around. Therefore, it is just about time which leads, of course, the best thing about this show not being live, in addition to including people from around the planet that usually couldn't be in it, have never been in it, I've never met, is that I'll be able to watch just like you. So, Sunday, the 31st of May, 4 o'clock on the Jean Cocteau Cinema, free. Check out the Julesworks Follies. Not quite live, but safe, beautiful show. Oh my goodness, why can't I keep one document open? Trailer. I'm winding it down because clearly I need to wind down. You gotta be pooping me. What? I'm looking for just a few words, and they don't want to pop up. So I carry on. Oh, that's the way the world goes round. What a fun day that knocks you down. It's a half an inch of water and you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. There it is. All I wanted to do is once more say May 31st, 4 o'clock Mountain Time, Jean Cocteau Cinema. Not quite monthly, not quite live this time. Live-ish, free-ish, monthly-ish, Julesworks Follies. Free, quarantined, open jamboree hoodandy coming for you. Not quite anniversary, annual-ish birthday salutes. Would have